Welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm, episode 6, with me, MrSealyp. Before I move on with the next phase of operations on the Valley of the Old Farm, the money's gone up again by almost 600,000 because I've been busy. You probably just caught a slight glimpse of it, what I said I was going to do. I've taken some of the woodland away to the left hand side, created an extension to the field that's now been ploughed, fertilised, cultivated and seeded with the same seed I've put in the first part of field 52. The intention was not about making money, it was about clearing this area. What I've also done is kind of put a track in. It's just been ploughed and cultivated, but in the light of the fact that on console we haven't got a mod that can create tracks and pathways, that kind of thing, it's kind of the next best thing. What dawned on me as I was coming along the main road back towards the farm with a piece of machinery was that if I come straight through the woodland here, it brings me out onto the road that takes me towards the pig farm and back up towards the town and my other fields, which is quite handy. It kind of shortcut across the back of the farm and brings me in that top kind of placeable area. So yeah, I've been a bit busy, and when I say a bit busy, actually what I haven't done is checked the tree count. Let's see, how many trees have I cut down? It might be quite scary. Trees cut down, 586 trees have now been cut down. Wow, okay, that is a little bit scary. Right, so what I need to do now is go and buy the new seeder, the second seeder, the one that will do sunflower and sugar beet. It will also do soybean, because I need to go up and do my little field up there that I made for sugar beet. And then tomorrow, day 3, late spring, I'm going to be able to put soybean in the ground here in 56A. And hopefully some of the grass, I don't know whether the grass will be ready to cut. I do need to grind these stumps out this side actually, because I left those. So yeah, a few jobs that need doing, but first of all, let's go and buy a new seeder. I need to check the seasons page for, I think we're doing poplars. I haven't done poplars for quite a while. I'm trying to think when I last did them. I think it was on Lawfolds. I'm trying to rack my brains. I think it's probably Lawfolds. So in light of the fact that I'm cutting loads of trees down, I know they're not sort of so proper trees. They are proper trees, but you know what I mean. So, I am going to go for the other horse from the aggravation pack. I know it's seriously eating into my slot count, but like I said, it's, you know, one of those things. The extra money will come in handy. So the Maestro 1675 SW. Let's get one of those, shall we? The good thing with that is I can do the I always forget corn. Yes, it does. This is the corn seeder as well, isn't it? Yeah, I can use it for putting the sugar beet in the ground. I can also use it for the soybean on field 56A, so it is going to get used a lot. I'm going to be in the market for a sprayer, a fertiliser sprayer. I've got the spreader. but I've got a bit of a plan for that as well. And obviously then there's going to be mowing equipment, loading wagon, trailers, harvester. I haven't got any of that yet. That will all need to be done as well. If you didn't watch the video on the HORSCH aggravation pack vehicles, this is one of the ones that was in it. Go and have a look. It's a brilliant video, if I do say so myself. It's a big bit of kit. I think it's got a 9,000 litre tank, this one, I think. We're going to go and fill up now, so we'll find out. With both of these, the HORSCH Evo and the HORSCH Maestro, these are both 12 metre seeders. They both seed and fertilise at the same time, which is rather handy. I'm going to get seed from the garden centre again. I know I can get it from the farm, but because I'm going to go to the field closer to here, I might as well get it here first, and then when it needs refilling, I'll then refill it at the farm. So I'll do it this time without catapulting the trailer, the tractor up in the air. Okay. Don't know which of these tanks it fills up first. There we go, middle one. That's a lot of fertiliser. That's... I keep saying this, and I don't know. I'm assuming this is the same in real life. It still baffles me. That's 7,000 litres of fertiliser, which means if this is 9,000, it's only going to do 2,000 litres of seed. These seeders use the seed at a much faster rate than they use the fertiliser, so it should be the other way around. You should have a tank with more seed space than fertiliser space. I don't get it. Yeah. So when the seed runs out, it will barely have touched the fertiliser. Yeah, don't get it. If anyone knows why that is the case, if that is the case with the real seeders, do they use the seed quicker than the fertiliser? If they do, why are the tanks not the other way around? I'm at a loss. Is it because fertiliser will keep longer? Seed will die off in there, so you can't leave it? I assume that's probably the only other reason I can think of, actually. Never mind. Right, let's get over to our new field. What did I call it? 55A. It's the trouble, isn't it, when you're creating your own fields? But I did say I would forget it, so it's good that I haven't. I'm happy with that. This is quite a big seeder for doing that, but this will work perfectly. I say perfectly. This field here, 56A, the very first one I created myself, is quite uneven, so I'm not sure how this seeder will fare on there, but if I get any patches where it won't seed, yes, not the end of the world. It was for all intents and purposes a free field. When I say a free field, I was actually paid for clearing it, so... Oh, I've got stumps to grind out here as well, haven't I? Need to get busy with the stump grinder. Now, there was a comment left about my ploughing. When I ploughed this field out, it wasn't pretty. It was a means to an end. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't going up and down ploughing. I was creating the field first, and then, you know, it was just a case of getting it done. Okay, right. We want to put, there we go, sugar beet. Now, before I go put this in the ground, what did suddenly dawn on me was this. If we look at the map, let's go to growth and we can see the fields that we've done. When I was extending field 52, which used to come across here and pretty much straight up here, this is all the new bit on the side, that's all new. And when I ploughed out this field here, like I said, I wanted to have a smallish field for sugar beet, and the land was here, so I thought I might as well use it. What I completely forgot was that up here I've got field 26, which is the grass field, and 25, which is a nice small field. When I said I don't have a small field for putting sugar beet in, that wasn't strictly true. 25 is sitting there and I had completely forgotten about it. So that said, I think the new field I've created is probably twice the size, yeah, of 25, but yeah, I completely forgot. What I might do is plough out this here into 26 and have that all as grass maybe. That might not be a bad idea, wouldn't hurt to have some more grass fields, but anyway, that aside, let's get this done. So, seeder on. Let's get our sugar beet in the ground. Now hopefully, having checked the seasons mod in the last episode, the temperatures are fine unless we have a sudden cold snap in late spring, which I hope don't. The seed that's now going in the ground should germinate, should be fine, shouldn't die off. If I'm reading the mod right, if I'm doing it as I should be, which I hope I am, we should be okay. So after this is seeded, the next time you see me it will probably be tomorrow, day 3, late spring, because I can't think of anything else I need to do at the moment. And then we'll see what the ground situation is, what the temperature situation is, and what we can do next. So, while I finish off getting the sugar beet seed in the ground, or sugar beets, it is seed, isn't it? I'll see you tomorrow. It's just after dawn on day 3, late spring, 5:55 in the morning. I'm up at field 55A, my sugar beet field, and as you can see, we have some shoots. It's working. Field 52 and 51 are also shooting. So they need spraying. This one doesn't because of the I fertilised, ploughed, fertilised, cultivated, then when I seeded it put in fertiliser again, so that's had 3 states. That doesn't need anything else. But I'm going to jump into the Holmer Terra variant. We're going to head to the store. I realised I've missed a tree stump just there, but I'll come back. I've gone round, I've done all the tree stumps. As you've just seen as well, field 62, which I completely forgot about as well, I have prepared and I have grassed. So there should be grass growing in there. I want as many grass fields as I can for grass and hay. Field 56A here, I still can't put soybean in yet. If we just have a quick look. We're in the stage where it says soybean right at the very start, spring day 3, that we could plant, but the temperature isn't good enough. It needs 10 degrees and I think we're only at about 7 or 8, so I still can't put soybean in the ground, so that might have to wait till summer 1 before I can put the soybean in the ground. But that's not, again, it's not a problem. I've got a couple of jobs I can do, and like I say, we may well have to kind of skip forward because there's only so many jobs I can do. The grass fields that I sprayed or spread with fertiliser haven't gone on to the next growth stage yet, so they don't need any more fertiliser and I can't cut them yet. So once they get onto the next growth stage, hopefully I'll be able to get the mowers over them, the first cut of the season, hopefully. But what I'm going to do for fields 51 and 52, which do need a spray because they're only in the second growth stage, I could weed them, but I'm going to spray them because I wanted to show you something I've talked about but I haven't actually done yet, so that's what I'm heading up to the store for. Very early, not too many cars about this time of the morning. Plenty of people about though. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the store now. My only problem is I can't remember who did the mod. I did write it down and I've completely forgotten, which is very bad of me. Oh, that's terrible. I know I had it written down. Doesn't matter. I will put it into the video when I edit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a fertilizer sprayer. I'm going to go with the Kuhn pack Deltis 1302 MEA3, which is a 21 meter sprayer. There are bigger sprayers, but there's a reason why I want to do this. So for 30,000, I'm going to get that. And then what I'm going to do is get this, the Art Mechanic Terra tank, Vanquish 081. That's who it was. I knew it would come to me. The Terra tank for 29,500. If I click on that, you can have it as Kuhn colour or Amazon. I'm going to go with Kuhn because I've just got the Kuhn sprayer. So if I buy that as well, what this means, hopefully if I've got this right, the Kuhn sprayer itself has got a tank capacity of 1,300 litres, which isn't a huge tank capacity. But with this add-on on the back of the Holmer Terra variant, that's got a tank capacity of 25,000 litres, which will give me a tank capacity of 26,300 litres of spray. That is loads. That will last me ages. And that's what I mean about this Terra variant. The things that you can do with it, and it also helps the fact it's got a 3-point linkage on the back of this, which makes life a lot easier as well. Now I'm pretty sure if you get the Kuhn variant, it says Kuhn on it, just like that. Hook that up, then hopefully, if I hook this on the back, like so, that should now give me, that's not bad, is it? Let's jump out and have a look. Only on one side, but never mind. So we've got a Kuhn tank, 25,000 litres, 1,300 in the Deltis, 26,300 litres, spraying width of 21 metres. The wheels are down the back of there to support the weight of that on the back. We're all good. That actually doesn't look too bad. So let's go and fit it up. That's going to be the expensive bit. And then what we'll do, we'll whiz down, we'll spray fields 51 and 52, and then we'll have to have a look at what to do next. It may well be that we'll need to come back to this when the temperature's gone up a bit so we get the soybean done. There is going to be a bit of jumping about using seasons because there's a limited amount of jobs I can be doing. I know I do keep saying this, but it's a fact. There are a limited amount of jobs. There will be a bit of jumping, which isn't the end of the world. So this is going to be quite scary how much this costs to fill up. But it should last a while. And realistically, however much it costs to fill up, you're looking at maybe two or three trees, maybe only a couple hopefully, you would need to cut down to recoup that money. So that's the way I'm kind of looking at it, the logging aspect, because I've set myself up to do that. It's not horrendous, it's not, well, I mean it will be horrendous when you see how much it costs. I'll say a couple of trees, I mean. $33,000. Okay, well let's say maybe 6 trees. Whoa. Okay, let's switch to the other tank. This should be a bit cheaper. Wow, okay. Oh, about 35,000 to fill all that up. Okay, let's get the beacons on. Wow, oh, there's a beacon on the tank as well. That's pretty cool. Wrong side of the road. So I'm going to follow the road round the top of the map and then down the eastern side of the map to get back round to field 51 and 52. Nice drive through the countryside. Taking in the spectacular scenery. Overnight I got charged just over 5,000, nearly 6,000 pounds for vehicle running costs. That's something that is baffling me. I know with the seasons mod, and I've had a conversation with Josh from Realismus Modding, or a text kind of conversation, not verbal, but about the contracting and the reason for the prices and that kind of thing. Now I get it, every so many vehicle hours you've got to do maintenance on your vehicles. I totally understand that, and to me that's your vehicle running costs. Your fuel, I mean, I suppose there would be daily maintenance, but you would do that yourself. Vehicle running costs seem to be very high, considering you've then got to do maintenance on your vehicles either every year, on top of daily maintenance costs, which are 5,000–6,000, and I haven't got a huge amount of vehicles yet either. That's going to start getting really, really expensive, which, yeah, I'm not so sure. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Just seems quite a lot, so. So, hopefully, what should happen now, because I've got the narrows on the Terra variant, it should make no difference. I think in the first growing stage you can drive over it with anything actually, it shouldn't make any difference. But, let's open this out. Now that can raise and lower if I need to, but I don't need to at the moment. Can have that quite low down. Let's turn that on and let's get going. Beacon soon go off. I could set a worker to do this, but there seems little point. But as you can see, we're doing very, very well. This is working. I like it. So, I'm going to carry on doing this. I'll see in a little bit once I've got the fields done. Very nice indeed. Field 51 and 52 are both done, and I decided to take a little shortcut through because I remembered that I haven't done a particular field. Field 2 I completely forgot about. Now this is a bit naughty, but I have got row crops on, so just pretend you haven't seen this. It'll be fine. Field 2 is the one that's just on the left of that steep hill in front of us. I'll go and give that a spray, and that's that done. I've also had a thought. I can't do anything at the moment until I get onto probably summer 1, and then we can get the soybean in the ground. But I'm going to do some poplars, and I can put poplars in the ground any time. I've found a field that I think might just work as well. Problem is with this, I can't see unless I'm outside. Oh. It's a fairly, I'll say it's a fairly small field. It's a fairly small field compared to all the others. Some of the field prices seem very, very high. The one I've found that I want to use is actually quite cheap. It's in the woodland, and I think it will work very, very nicely. So let's just get field 2 done, and then that will be all of our fields up to date with spraying. That puts 52 and 2 and my sugar beet field 55A all on their 3 stages. 51 will need another stage, whether that's a spray or weeding maybe on the next stage. And then hopefully summer 1 we'll get the soybean in the ground and we'll be okay there as well. So hopefully before the end of this episode I'll whiz over and we'll buy the new field. I'll show you where it is. Next episode then hopefully we'll be getting soybean in the ground, some poplars in the ground. That might not be in the next episode, but it will certainly be the next season, in our summer season. And then with a bit of luck we'll get some mowing done as well, because the grass should be at a point where I can actually mow. Again, that's all going to need spraying again, or at least the fields will. better. It's always harder when you're doing it towards yourself. There we go. I am slightly more relieved now that I've got shoots coming through the ground. The amount of people that have commented and said they're playing on seasons, they're trying it out. And I know it's been out a little while now, all over Christmas people have been using it and trying out different things, but people saying they've lost crops and they've died and they haven't germinated, and the fact I've got shoots through the ground, that's a bonus. Whether or not they'll go all the way through to harvesting, I hope they will. That's kind of the next part I'm hoping for. But the mod's working out really well. I'm still getting to grips with a lot of stuff, getting my head around certain things. But it does make a lot of sense. I do like... If you watch me do the golden days of farming, I said I do like that kind of slower paced. Everything seems to be rushed a lot when you play it normally. Especially if you've got a lot of fields on the go and you can be rushing around all over the place at harvest time and that kind of thing. I like the fact that this kind of slows the whole thing down and makes it into a yearly process rather than you know, every 24 hours, every 48 hours you've got fields ready to harvest. That's, you know, obviously it's not realistic, and that's what is so good about this mod. So, enjoying it. Let's come up a bit, I think. There we go. So, as I often do, I will finish this off. If this ever manages to creep up this hill, I think because of the weight of the liquid fertilizer in that tank. Didn't seem to struggle as much on the first strip up the hill, but anyway, I'll get this done, and when I see you again in a minute, we'll be over in the woodland. I'll show you the field I'm going to buy, and we're probably almost at the end of another episode. I mean, to be fair, this is a pretty steep hill. Okay, so field 2's done. I'm on my way back. I'm going to take my detour just in through the woodland. Right hand track should take us. There we go. Two little fields. I say little fields, tucked away in the woodland. Got 53 here, which runs through out to 50. Then you've got 51 and 52 that I own. But here we've got field 54. Click on that. It's only 39,000. It's half a hectare, but to be fair, as far as poplars go, that's a big enough field. I don't need a huge field to start off with. I'm going to buy that. That's now mine. Now, as far as I'm aware, there's a crop in the ground already. Let's get rid of that. We'll check the map. Field 54. Fruit types. Growth. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plough this in. So that will kind of act as a cover crop, really. Mind you, it hasn't grown yet, so I don't know if that would count. Or whether I need to leave that till it starts to shoot. And then plough it in. Anyway, regardless, this is going to be my poplar field. So that will be coming up in an episode very, very soon. But that is the end of this one. Another episode has flown by again. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.